All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Sanctuary, Boston. I'm Mark David Buckles, music director. I'm up here with Alex, Kelly, Ashley, and Matt. I want to invite you into worship tonight, whatever way is feeling good for your body, your heart, and your soul. We're going to start out with a song that is adapted from Leonard Cohen's anthem. It's a call and response, and I'm going to sing a line, and I'll invite you to sing it back. And if it feels good for you, I think this is a really nice one to rise in body, rise in spirit, and get our bodies active as we move around a little bit. So it goes like this. Forget your perfect offering.
Forget your perfect offering.
Just sing the song that you can sing.
Just sing the song that you can sing.
There is a crack in everything.
There is a crack in everything.
That's how the light gets in.
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 Forget your perfect offering.
Forget your perfect offering.
Just sing the song that you can sing.
Just sing the song that you can sing.
There is a crack in everything.
There is a crack in everything.
That's how the light gets in.
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 Forget your perfect offering.
Forget your perfect offering.
Just sing the song that you can sing.
Just sing the song that you can sing.
There is a crack in everything.
There is a crack in everything.
That's how the light gets in.
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 Forget your perfect offering.
Forget your perfect offering.
Just sing the song that you can sing.
Just sing the song that you can sing.
There is a crack in everything.
There is a crack in everything.
That's how the light gets in.
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 Forget your perfect offering.
Forget your perfect offering.
Just sing the song that you can sing.
Just sing the song that you can sing.
There is a crack in everything.
There is a crack in everything.
That's how the
light
gets in.
That's how the light gets in.
That's how the light gets in.
That's how the light gets in.
Forget your perfect offering.
Forget your perfect offering.
Just sing the song that you can sing.
Just sing the song that you can sing.
There is a crack in everything.
There is a crack in everything.
That's how
the
light gets in.
That's how the light gets in.
That's how the light gets in.
That's how the light gets in.
That's how the light gets in.
That's how the light gets in.
That's how the light gets in.
That's how the light gets in.
That's how the light gets in.
That's how the light gets in.
That's how the light gets in.
That's how the light gets in.
You can be amazing, you can turn a phrase into a weapon or a drug. You can be the outcast or be the backlash of somebody's lack of love. Or you can start speaking up. Nothing's gonna hurt you the way that words do when they settle neath your skin. Kept on the inside and no sunlight, sometimes a shadow wins. But I wonder what would happen if you say what you want to say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I want to see you be brave with what you want to say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I want to see you be but he's been stared down by the enemy. Fallen for the fear and done some disappearing. Bow down to the mighty, but don't run. Stop holding your tongue. Maybe there's a way out of the cage where you live. Maybe one of these days you can let the light in and show me how big you're brave and say what you want to say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I want to see you be brave with what you want to say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I want to see you be brave. And since your history of silence won't do you any good, did you think it would? Let your words be anything but empty. Why don't you tell them the truth? Say what you want to say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I want to see you be brave with what you want to say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I want to see you be brave. Just want to see you. I just want to see you. Just want to see you. I want to see you be brave. Just want to see you. I just want to see you. Just want to see you. I want to see you be brave. Just want to see you. I just want to see you. Just want to see you. I want to see you be brave. Just want to see you. I just want to see you. Just want to see you. I want to see you be brave.
As we prepare our chalice lighting here in Harvard Square, we invite our friends at home to light and share your own personal chalice, or simply take a deep breath and experience a moment of grounding. Our reading is Every Movement by Hafiz. I rarely let the word no escape, because it is so plain to my soul that God has shouted, yes. Your turn.
Yes.
Yes, to every luminous movement in existence.
Well, welcome, dear ones, to Sanctuary Boston, a community of vibrant worship and real connection, grounded in Unitarian Universalism and open to seekers of all kinds. This evening, we have a very special guest reflection offerer, Derek Jackson, who will be talking about saying yes to the luminous movements of our existence. I'm so looking forward to it. I also want to extend an extra invitation to our online participants this evening. One quick announcement at the beginning that we're going to do rather than the end is that you may have seen the slideshow we have up at the beginning with a lot of, I won't say outdated, we'll say historic pictures of our community, almost all of which are people gathering in person. And one brilliant community member has asked that we collect up some pictures of you all worshiping with us online. So while you're joining us for worship this evening online, we want to invite you to take a picture of yourself in your worship spot, maybe with the computer in the background, or the cats, or the kids, or the plants, or whoever is surrounding you in your cozy worship space. And we'll create some more pictures and slides with you all joining us as well online. So you can send those pictures to Liz James, who is sharing her email in the chat, and you can send those during worship or some other time in the next week or two. Thank you all for joining us online from all over the place. Thank you all for joining us here in Harvard Square, coming, some of you from just right in this neighborhood, some of you bravely even crossing the Charles River, which is no small feat in Boston. We are coming from all over the place and all on many different spiritual journeys, come to worship together, to celebrate the luminous movements of our existence together, to celebrate improvisation, a spiritual practice to be sure, and to sing together as well. We'll continue to invite each other into this space and welcome each other into this space with our words of welcome this evening, read by Sarah.
Please join me, and you can read the whole thing or whatever fonts you like. Whether you go to church on Sunday morning or light candles on Friday nights, whether you've been hurt by religion, saved by it, or some of both, whether you're brand new to spiritual community or a seasoned seeker, whoever you are, whatever you are, wherever you are on your journey, we welcome you. So we're going to have some time to do some greeting and saying hello to each other, introduce yourself to somebody new. If you're here in person, let's greet the camera, say hi to the folks at home. For those of you online, you can share in the chat where you're joining from. And let's all try to say hi to somebody we don't know.
Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look, and you'll see into your imagination. We'll begin with a spin, throwing in the world of my creation. What we'll see will defy explanation. If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. Anything you want to do it. Want to change the world? Here's nothing to it. There is no life I know to compare with pure imagination. Living there, you'll be free if you truly wish to be. If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. Anything you want to do it. Want to change the world? Here's nothing to it. There is no life I know to compare with your imagination. Living there, you'll be free if you truly wish to be. You will find in your mind there's a world of endless fascination. No more fun place to be than in your imagination. You can dream any dream. You can save in every situation. Life is this, a sensational sensation.
It is so good to be with all of you. I have had a few moments to be able to join you virtually, but Wednesday nights is my choir I sing with night, so I'm not able to be with you regularly. So this is just a treat to be here and to share with you a bit about my journey. People don't often think about ministry and improv being together. But that has been my life. When I first started feeling the call to ministry, I had been doing theater for many years, and I got to this point where I said, okay, if I'm going to do this ministry thing, that I can't let go of the theater thing. So if you can find a way to allow me to do both, then I'm going to go and be a minister. I did that. I submitted information to get from different seminaries, and I got the admissions packet from Andover Newton Theological School. And in the folder on the right-hand side was a brochure on their artists in residence in theater. And I was like, okay. You win. I'm going to apply. I'm going to do this thing. The very next month, I was in a play and here in Boston, and the play, the theater's no longer here right now, but it was in the South End. And after rehearsal, the owner of the theater, who was in the play, said, my playback theater is having rehearsal. Come join us. Come play with us. And my boss had told me about playback theater and said that I would like it. So I decided, hey, I'll try this thing. And I fell completely in love. Playback theater is a form of improv where we invite the audience to share their stories, and then we offer the core of that story back using movement and sounds and just the essence of the story. And after doing that for a while, I was like, this is ministry. This is ministry that we're doing. And so I began these two paths of improv and ministry almost from the very beginning. And so during my studies, I would find ways where, let me sneak in a little theater or playback in here. And I had a small little group in school going, particularly when my playback group disbanded. And so we did a few things, and it became a part of my life. And one of the things that someone said to me in rehearsals that has stuck with me is to trust that you have within you to respond to the situation. And that has really, of all the things about playback, that has stuck with me. It's like, oh yeah, I have it within me. I don't have to worry about, am I good enough? Am I going to hear the story right? Am I going to respond the right way? I have it within me to respond in the way that someone needs. After seminary, a friend of mine, we were having a conversation, and she just happened to mention that she was starting this organization based on the work she was doing with her mother, who had Alzheimer's, on using improv to be able to engage with her mother and help caregivers learn how to engage with people with Alzheimer's. And I said, sign me up. How do I help you with this? And so together with a few other people, we started Healing Moments, which is a program for caregivers with people with Alzheimer's. And that inspired me to, I need to learn a little bit more about improv. I got the playback period down, but we're doing some different things. And so I took classes at Improv Boston. And that also took me into the space of, oh, I understand improv is not about, doesn't have to be about comedy. Improv is about telling a story and being completely in the moment with whoever you are and engaging. And so I pulled on to that and held on. It's like, okay, that's ministry too, being present in the moment and sharing the story. As I continued on. I ended up at Meadville Lombard Theological School on the faculty there, which is one of our Unitarian Universalist seminaries. And I had the opportunity to teach a class. And I taught a class called Ministry as Improv. And this class, we did, it was a week-long intensive. We did improv for the first few days. We did extemporaneous preaching. We talked about pastoral care and social justice work. It's probably the most, I enjoyed that class the most of anything that I taught. And one of the first things that we did was we played a game called I Failed. And what we do, and I invite you to actually join me with this, is that you say, I failed, with as much enthusiasm as you can. So join with me, I failed. Can you make that even just a little bit bigger? I failed. Yes. Because if we're not willing to risk failing, we're not going to risk making change. We're not going to risk what can be next. And so if we're able to embrace failure, then, we can do anything. Everything is possible. And this has moved me into this space of now I'm doing my Doctor of Ministry, and my focus is on improv as a theological framework for collective liberation. That's my working kind of talk. And part of what's come as I've been doing my studies over the past year was this idea of the sacred yes and. Now, in improv, we talk about yes and as when a person initiates, what they're doing is giving an offer. And so they make a statement, and then you say yes, and you accept whatever that they are engaging as what it is, what is real. Now, there's a difference between accepting and agreeing. And sometimes we can confuse the two of them together, but acceptance is saying, this is your reality. And I accept that this is the reality we're working with. And then you can kind of play with whether you agree with what's going on in that reality or not. But we don't just accept, we add something to it. It's collaboration. We are working together. So we add a piece, and that's the and the piece. And so the sacred yes and for me is that moment when we're in that interaction place, and when someone has offered something, and before you've responded, that is a holy moment. Because all the possibilities are there. We have no idea what's going to be next. And I think of, for me, the divine, the holy God as being in that moment of possibility, that you can actually create whatever. And this is a moment where we can co-create with God what is next, to create the beloved community, to create change for justice and peace, to center in love. We can make those choices in that moment. And so to me, it's such a holy place to be in that yes and space. And so I want to invite you to think about your moments with others and think about what would it be like if when you interacted with someone, you thought of that as a holy moment. What choices might that invite you to take? What opportunities might that offer you to give? And how might that lead you to be part of the world you want to be in? I find that as an exciting way for me to live my life, to kind of say, oh, this is a holy moment. What choice am I making? And also trusting that I have within me to make the choice that is going to be right for the moment. And I don't have to overthink it. I'm good at overthinking. I don't have to overthink it. And I could try something different and risk failure, and that's going to be okay, because we are working together. And the other piece that I realized that I was going to mention earlier that I didn't was the rule in Improv Boston that I never hear people talk about is make your scene partner look good. So we're not in this for ourselves. We are in this to bring out the best in each other. So if we're bringing that aspect of we are bringing the best out of each other and we're going to create this world filled with love and justice and peace, there's nothing that we couldn't do if we just imagine it. Our pure imagination can allow us to bring that into reality. I invite you to join in that with me and see what we might improv together, what world we might create. Blessed be.
Exactly where I need to be. I need to be exactly where I am. I am a blessing manifest. I am exactly where I need to be. I need to be exactly where I am. I am a blessing manifest. I am exactly where I need to be. I need to be exactly where I am. I am a blessing manifest. I am exactly where I need to be. I need to be exactly where I am. I am a blessing manifest. I can in just a moment make it time unwinds beneath my mind, and from within I find a kind of beauty only I can find. Exactly where I need to be. I need to be exactly where I am. I am surrendering so willingly to be the perfect me inside this now. And truly, how else could it be? Destiny, she blesses me. Destiny, she blesses me.
And when I try to fight or run, I only wind up back at square one. And when I think I know what's best for me, fate,
she takes me back to exactly where I need to be. I am exactly where I need to be. I need to be exactly where I am. I am divinely timed and shining brightly. Yes, I believe that there's a purpose just for me. Yes, I believe that we are light
and we shine infinitely. Whoa. I am exactly where I need to be. I need to be exactly where I am. I am not aimlessly existing. See, I am in perfect harmony with universal energy, and I am truly free when I accept my own divinity. So when I sing, you can feel it. When I cry, you can heal it. When I speak words, you can be the words I speak by singing with me. Peace, love, free. 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 Peace, love. Peace, love. Peace, love, free. Peace, love. And when I try to fight or run, I only wind up back at square one. And when I think I know what's best for me, she takes me back to exactly where I need to be. And when I am alone and full of fear, I just remember the rising sun always appears, and everyday miracles, miracles that I see. Well, you take me back, will you take me back, will you take me back, will you take me back to exactly where I need to be.
exactly where I need to be. I need to be exactly where I am. I am a blessing manifest. I am exactly where I need to be. I need to be exactly where I am. I am a blessing manifest. I am exactly where I need to be. I need to be exactly where I am. I am a blessing manifest. I am exactly where I need to be. I need to be exactly where I am. I am a blessing manifest.
Thank you, friends. And thank you, Derek. I say yes and to whatever world it is you're interested in creating. So we have a tradition here at Sanctuary Boston where we take an offering and then we share that offering with organizations that share our values. And tonight we're going to be sharing the offering with an organization called the Theater Offensive, which has been doing radical theater for 34 years. And hang on. I want to get it right. Let me get it right. So the Theater Offensive mission is to present art by, for, and about queer and trans people of color that transcends artistic boundaries. Yes, and celebrates cultural abundance. Yes, and dismantles oppression. Yes, and they sponsor artistic residencies. Yes, and youth programs. Yes, and a family series. A queer prom this February. A queer family festival this June. And y'all, it is a joy to be able to support such radical joy. And so we will. And your offering will now be gratefully received via the links in the chat. Yes, and also at Venmo at Sanctuary Boston. And yes, and if you have written a joy or sorrow on a card, we're going to be coming around to gather those now. Thank you so much for your support.
Beloved, we arrive together this evening, bringing all of the joys and sorrows of our complex lives. Some of us arrive here wrestling with difficult things, feeling the pain of a broken world around us and perhaps within us. Some of us arrive here full of blessings, brimming with gratitude. We come here to celebrate it all, to hold it all together in community. We'll begin by reading the joys and sorrows of those present here, and in a few moments we'll get to the online joys and sorrows as well. Our first is a mixture from Bernadine. that my mother's move to live with our family has been joyful and smooth, and it is hard to witness her growing need for support, to watch her age quickly. It is a blessing to be with her, and it is hard. Bernadine, we hold you in love. From Mariella, I turned 10 in December. Obviously a joy. We hold you in love, Mariella. From Mara, this sorrow. My grandma passed away on New Year's Day after a long struggle with dementia. I miss her dearly, but I'm finding joy in remembering the beautiful life and community that she had. Mara, we hold you in joy and love as well. And let us sing together that there is a love holding us.
There is a love holding us. There is a love holding all that we love. There is a love holding all. We rest in this love.
We now invite those of you joining online to share any joys or sorrows that you are carrying in the chat box. I'll share them out loud here from the mic. We'll give you a moment to write them down. Andy shares a sorrow. My uncle Brian Curley, my mother's brother, was murdered just before Christmas. Our family is shaken and still in shock. I was glad to be able to spend so much time with my mom these past few weeks. Andy, we hold you and your family in love. From Shia, holding in my heart the two families my partner Timothy, who's a hospital chaplain, sat with as their family members died on New Year's Day. Also holding in my heart a friend struggling to hold everything together at work. Shia, we hold you and your people in love. From Pam, my mother died on Christmas Eve after a long decline into dementia. We're grateful that she is finally at peace. A sorrow from Peg. I just got a diagnosis of lung cancer. I'm seeking my way through the medical world to healing. A joy from Becca and Ryan, who are overjoyed to have welcomed our son Avery into the world on December 17th. We hold you in love. A joy from Hannah. After almost four struggles, I finally have a doctor's appointment on January 11th. We hold you in love and celebrate with you, Hannah. Emily offers a mostly joy, alternating feeling really anxious and really excited for my clinical placement this coming spring semester after a hard fall semester. We hold you in love, Emily. From Sarah, a dear friend of mine from high school and college died suddenly from pneumonia. We hold you and your loved ones in love, Sarah. From Kendra, blessed to have spent a lovely holiday with the kiddo who is currently residing in my home. And I'm also thrilled that the local school's 5+ week strike is now over. Amen. From Liz, gratitude from my medical team and from my friends. We hold you in love, Liz. From Eric, my dad passed away at age 95 from dementia on December 29th. We can seem to get a funeral together as my sister exposed my mom and brother with COVID. My sister tested positive 2 days. Mom tested positive today. I myself in Boston tested positive on Christmas. The funeral is be in January 14th in Florida. Eric, we hold you and your family in love. I don't know if this is a joy necessarily, but Ed and Van loved the improv message. Gratitude from Poppy that Christmas without my dad, who passed away in May, was much better than I expected. Loving my family so much. We hold you and your family in love, Poppy. And from Ed and Van, a new granddaughter, Hazel Rose, first after 4 boys. We hold you in love, Ed and Van. From Debbie, a sorrow, a good but distant friend who helped me when I needed it, died suddenly last week. A loss to many in this area. We hold you in love, Debbie. May we hold all these joys and sorrows together in community, as the joys shared are magnified and sorrows shared are burdens lightened. Let's sing together, There is a Love Holding Us.
There is a love holding us. There is a love holding all that we love. There is a love holding all. We rest in this love.
Beloveds, would you join me in a spirit of prayer? Let's take a moment to breathe deep, to be present in our bodies, our holy but fragile bodies. Take a moment to be present here together, those of us in the room and those of us connecting from afar, to be present together, holding all the joys and the sorrows. For many, these weeks have been a time of great blessing, of traditions and celebrations, of finding warmth and connection amidst the cold and isolation of the season. And for so many of us, it has been a time of loss, a time to grieve, a time to tend to old wounds, and a time to say goodbye to so many loved ones too soon departed. When our hearts ache with the loss, may we hold our own hearts tenderly. May we hold each other gently. We come together in the complex stories of our lives to journey together, to accept the situations and the struggles and the joys and the sorrows as we find them, to say yes, and to ask what comes next, to imagine new possibilities in the beginning of a new year, to tend new relationships, to even celebrate the love of beloveds that are past. Dear ones, may we hold it all together, the grief and the gratitudes, the sorrows and the celebrations, holding them all tenderly in this place made holy by your presence, holy by our connections. May it be so. Amen.
Make us where we sanctuary, each made holy and loved right through with thanksgiving. We are a living sanctuary anew.
In a moment, we'll sing this song through again, and then we'll invite you to hum it for a little while we take some time to light candles at any of the 3 tables around the room. As we light the candles, you can remember the divinity that is already inside you, the sanctuary that is inside you and always accessible when you need it. And when you pass the taper to the next person, we invite you to remember the divinity between us, those holy moments that arise in our relationships and connections. Whether your own spark this evening is burning bright or just barely flickering, we'll invite our collective light to grow this evening. Let's begin by singing once through and then humming.
Make us aware we are a sanctuary, each made holy and loved right through with thanksgiving. We are a living sanctuary anew. Make us aware we are a sanctuary, each made holy and loved right through with thanksgiving. We are a living sanctuary anew. Make us aware we are a sanctuary, each made holy and loved right through with thanksgiving. We are a living sanctuary anew. Make us aware we are a sanctuary, we're each made holy, loved right through thanksgiving. We are a living sanctuary anew.
As we go forth from this time together, may we draw upon an improv spirit, starting from a place of yes, contributing what we can, bringing out the best of everyone we meet, and failing forward into growth and learning. Blessed be, amen.
Another year you made a promise, another chance to turn it all around. And do not save this for tomorrow. Embrace the past and you can live for now. And I will give the world to you. Speak louder than the words before you, and give them meaning no one else has found. The role we play is so important. We are the voices of the underground, and I will give the world to you. Say everything you've always wanted. Be not afraid of who you really are. 'Cause in the end we have each other, and that's at least one thing worth living for. And I would give the world to you. A million suns that shine upon me, a million eyes, you are the brightest blue. Let's tear the walls down that divide us, and build a statue strong enough for two. I pass it back to you, and I will wait for you. 'Cause I would give the world, and I would give the world, and I would give the world to you. This is the new year.